Hold on. All right. Here we go, bro. Here we go.
We live at the Fire Nights podcast, man, and there's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woods of Delaware. Where would you from?
Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy D-Mac, man. Fire Nights Podcast.
Let me see him. Let me see him.
Yes, so.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Tuesday night, man, the best night of the week. Let's get this on. Shot o'clock, let's get it. Little Kilroy, warm the middle up.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday night, man, you're not rocking with the best.
Yes, you are.
A little unusual circumstances, but we're going to make it usual. Ain't no big deal. It's the Fire Nights experience, man. Thought-provoking black culture journey, sports entertainment, politics, culture. Let's talk about it, man. Absolutely, Cal. Absolutely, man. HTTC, baby. HTTC.
Thank you.
I'm your esteemed host, as Coach. But that don't matter. It's just kind of relaxed environment today. But as always, I am flanked by the world's greatest, man. Your favorite, the hood favorite, the man you all know and love. Often imitated, never duplicated. One of my best friends, man. Fresh Fire, how you feeling today, bro?
Hey, yo, don't the good brother sound so lovely tonight, man? Don't the good brother sound so eloquent tonight? Even though every night, every Tuesday night, every Sunday morning, every night that we go on, man, he's bringing the SAT. But tonight, for some reason, man, it's just coming through and pervading itself so much more effervescently. I don't know what it is, bro, but I don't know, you in your bag tonight. But like I always do around this time, for all my people out in Bangor, Maine, all the way out to Barcelona, Spain, and to my man Beat Mac and my brother Iceman doing their best to bring it on home, all the way back from Bucharest. I want to give you a hello and how are ya?
Absolutely, man. Couple shout outs first and foremost. I'd like to give a shout out to East Square Cigar Lounge. What's up, big bro? Oh, love you, man. Be down there, man. We gotta Got a shout out to the Concert Crew podcast, man. We're supposed to get together actually today, man, but unforeseen circumstances. We get it. We get it right. We get it right, freaks. Carl, we get it right. Pito, we get it right. Um, so with that being said, it's Tuesday night. Walk with us, man. We got a bevy of topics to talk about. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Iceman, man. Get well, bro. Battling a little virus there. Get well. We got it. We'll hold it down for you. You know what I mean? No doubt. So listen, without further ado, man, walk with us. Walk with us. Let's get.
Yeah. Yeah, walk with us. I like your musical pick. I like your musical pick. I like your musical pick.
So listen. Let's start this off, man, how we normally, let's go back to the old format. You feel me?
Okay.
Let's go back to the old format. What's got you on fire today, bro?
Man, well, you know what's got me on fire today, man? I'm going to preface this one, man. I must have it too damn good. Now, this is funny, man. You know, I have had my trials and tribulations with vocation and occupations over the years. And I just switched occupations just recently. It's actually a better job, and it's even closer to the house. But that's where things turn left. You know me as a person, man. I'm not a person that drives. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a person that'll put these 2 feet down and get it to moving. But my main mode of transportation is the bus. The most fucked up thing about this is, man, I live very close to my job. Very, 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 very close to my job. On a summer day, I'll walk home, dog. I'll walk home, smoke me a cigarette, put my earbuds in and walk home. Not to fucking day though, man. That wind was blowing. No, bro. I'm saying it's about a 15, no, that's a speed walk. About a 20-minute, 25. Like I liked a lot of gag, a 30-minute walk, and that was just too much for me in the motherfucking wind.
That thing was cutting. That thing was cutting.
It was cutting. I mean, I was like, yo, I'm saying, but I can see the crib, right? Not see the crib, but it's right there. Not today, though, dog. Not today, man. You know what I'm saying? So it had me kind of fucked up. I was like, damn. Hey, yo, Uber, hook a nigga up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trekking this. I'm not doing this like that. Fuck. I just had to take a motherfucker Uber from the job, man. And I can see the house from the crib, man. And I'm just mad that there's no motherfucking buses that go anywhere close from my house to my job. But I'm so glad that my motherfucking job is that close to my house. And I'm so fucked up about it. I'm so fucked up about it. And
I can dig it.
Say, what's got me on fire, man? I guess I'm fucked up about my damn job being too damn close to my house. Damn.
I can dig it, man.
Damn it,
so listen,
man.
I've come to the point, man, where it's time to throw this Thanksgiving food out. But see, the problem is that we had such a variety for Thanksgiving, man, that it didn't necessarily feel like Thanksgiving food after like 2 or 3 days, because we had shit like stuffed shrimp and we had salmon, we had like chicken wings, like actual like the drums and flats, like that kind of thing, along with turkey and stuffing and mac and cheese. So we had a variety. So it didn't necessarily I was kind of holding on to that thing, man. I was holding on to it. It's kind of difficult to toss the food away, but it's definitely going, man. I would have been gone today, but my trash day is tomorrow, so I'll toss it out tomorrow morning. I wake up and toss that out onto the curb, so it can go and clean out that space in the fridge, man, because I definitely need that space. It's a lot of these aluminum trays in there. But yeah, today was technically yesterday was the last day, but D-Day is actually tomorrow and all of that stuff will be gone. And now I'm holding on to the pies though. I'm holding on to the pies. Best believe that. I'm holding on to the pies. I'm holding on to all the desserts.
I want to make a disclaimer. I never thought the Pies was in that conversation. I never
No, no,
thought.
no, no, no. They got a different shelf life.
Okay,
They got a different shelf life.
okay, gotcha. I never even that was something new to me. Now, if the Pies made it this long, you're lucky. But you know
Nah, the
what I'm
Pies
saying?
got a different shelf life
And
altogether,
that's
bro.
what I was saying. I was like, hold, I never even put them in the same category. You throw the meats out. You throw them, you know what I'm saying? You throw that turkey, that stuffing out, that out. But them pies, if they last that long, you go ahead and eat on them until they gone. Until they ain't nothing but crusty.
Yeah, yeah. They got a different shelf life, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. They got a totally different shelf life. So listen, moving on. Anything you watching, man? Anything in particular you watching? Anything you listening to? Watching, listening to, you know what I mean?
I got a show. It's called Black Cake.
Okay. You alluded to that. You alluded to that like a couple of weeks ago, man. You've been digging in. I'm shocked to see your dedication to something, man, because you're not really the TV guy.
It's exactly, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time I'm usually fooling around doing something with the computer. But that's one of the shows that really caught me. You know what I'm saying? When I look at stuff, you know, I try to look at things from a perspective of, is it new? Is it different? Is it fresh? Is it giving a different take on something? Is it a different idea? Is it a different look on things? Not the same thing rehashed, reheated over and over. You know, so in the beginning, when I, you know, just when I heard about it, I was like, okay, well, I seen somebody recommended, somebody who opinion I value. I was like, well, let me check out the trailer. Said, well, that's different. Let me check out the first one. The first one that got me ahead, you know, a couple familiar faces, and I was like, oh, I can check my man Preach out from Cooley High. I can check him out. You know, so he's the lawyer that's really conveying the story to the two children. Okay. And as I'm watching, you know what I'm saying, it's pulling me in, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not the type of person that's just going to watch a show just to watch it, you know, regardless of. I'm not just a person that's going to keep listening to songs or whatever, doing things. I'm like, okay, well, it was nice maybe once or twice, or that may have been a nice trailer, but it didn't catch me. Now with this particular movie, this series or whatever it is, it's caught me, and I'm like, I would like to recommend that to people because it's giving a different perspective on it. It keeps you, and I like suspense. I like a psychological thriller. So there's a little bit of that into it. You know, oh, I didn't see that coming. You know, and oh, okay. So those are the type of things that kind of keep me tuned in, and it's different. I want to say, well, not all black, but definitely majority black. So but it's coming from a different perspective of what black looks like. I will definitely tell you that. I don't want to give a lot of it away. And it's on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. Hulu. Okay, cool. Black Cake.
Tell me what y'all think about that Black Cake, man. Tell me what y'all think about that Black Cake. Speaking of listening to, did you give that Andre 3000 flute album a listen?
A whole listen? No.
Half listen, quarter listen, whatever kind of listen you want to go with.
I gave it enough of a listen.
So give me your quick thoughts on it. Give me the skinny. Give me the skinny.
Truth be told, I don't know. I would probably say it's a good album for instrumentation. The thing is, a lot of people didn't believe him when he said that this is just going to be, well, I'm not rapping on here. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people like, that can still show up. And when I seen the trailer, he's blowing his pan flute, he's blowing his piccolo. Oh man, you know, it's deep. He's in the washing machine. He's in the washing machine, dog. And I'm like, nah, he's really not gonna be rapping. So I wasn't expecting him to be rapping or anything. So when I heard people say it's just a flute album, instrumentation album, when I tuned in for the couple songs, I ain't gonna say songs, for the couple snippets of songs that I tuned in for, I was like, oh, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be, and turned it off. Not saying it was bad, good.
You promptly turned it off?
Yeah, that's not what I don't want to hear that from anyone. I don't want to hear that from anyone because actually I already have a person that I fuck with in that genre, and that's Yanni, King of the Pan Flute. So anybody stepping in that lane, I'm with Yanni, King of the Pan Flute. Anyway,
Did you say
so
you with Yanni, bro?
I'm with Yanni. I'm with Yanni, King of the Pan Flute. But when it comes to people saying, "Oh man, he was this and that," I'm like, well, that was what he said he was going to do. I don't particularly like just instrumentation that kind of way. I'm not really just a flute listener. Like, oh man,
Well, the ironic thing is that I heard a bunch of rappers saying, they're gonna drop remixes to all of the songs and drop verses on.
now that was something I thought of. You any producer, music maker, they could take, some snippets from what he's done, sample them. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Common or J. Cole have already made a song to one of from a sample track of his. And his joint just came out last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it
So
might be a thing. It might be a thing for the time for
it might.
the short future, the short term. It might
It,
be a
it,
thing. Bust
it
a
might.
bust a rap to the Drake to the flute songs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That to me, I didn't pan it. I was like, oh, it's flutes. I'm not into just flutes.
I didn't even give an
I think
opinion on it because it's not for me. So it's like I can't really give an opinion on it. So
right. I just hit the next button to see if he did have a song on there that he was rapping. Oh, okay, nah, he's really just playing the flute on all these joints. I ain't
yeah,
gonna get
he's
to that
really
part.
playing the flute.
Right, you know what I'm saying? That's all that was. That didn't take me no more than about 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is a lot of people
Super skim mode.
get, oh, nah, because I heard him say I'm not rapping on this joint. So I'm like, all right, you're playing the flute.
But did you see the interview in terms of the reason, the rationale he gave as to why he's not rapping?
I think he said there's nothing to talk about, or he has nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a dovetail into the second portion of that conversation because I think like the ageism and rap having um that stigma of being extremely young. But I think that him saying that one of the greater lyricists, I almost thought it was kind of like a cop out, almost like isn't that what a lyricist is? That's the to me a lyricist is the embodiment of creativity. You know what I mean? It is a young like now rap itself is definitely hip hop is a young man's game, absolutely. But rap and quote unquote poetry and spoken word is still something that I would think he would be able to draw from in this particular situation. I think that it just it further pushes that agenda that rap itself is once you pass like 25, 30 years old, you tend to be looked at as like the old dude rapping kind of. And I think that him saying that was very disappointing. To me, it was very disappointing.
Dog, when it comes to hip hop and rapping, as long as you can speak, you can rap. And as long as you can conjure up any kind of words that make sense, you can rap. You don't even have to rhyme to rap. You feel what I'm saying? To flow, to MC, to actually MC. If that's what you want to do, if that's what you aspire to do, you can talk about any motherfucking thing. You
Yeah,
just
I
gotta
think
make
that was the most disturbing thing when he was like, "Well, I don't have anything to talk about."
that's
Absolutely, you do, because
well,
I think a lot of us tend to think that rap is only about sensationalizing negative and things of that nature. But there's a lot of aspects of life, even as an older guy, you can discuss. And I think with him being one of the foremost celebrated lyricists and creators, it kind of disappointed me that he would say, "I don't know what to say." when you got, let's say, a guy like Nas who drops 6 albums in 2 years, and y'all in the same class for the most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why does he have so much to say in his probably, I would say, what he likes to consider the third portion of his life, where he's inspired to rap more.
Mm-hmm.
You, on the other hand, can't find anything to rap about, which is odd to me. I mean, I appreciate the honesty, but it just made me look at him in a different light, to be honest with you.
Well, first of all, I want to say shout out Markel, shout out D Rock. Excuse me. I want to say art. If you have it, there's people who play football who don't believe in football. They just good at football. There are people who don't care nothing about driving a truck. They're just good at driving or driving a car. They're just good at driving. There are people who are good at rap, who may be good at rap, but don't care about rapping. You know what I'm saying? There are people who care about rapping who suck. Albums and albums and albums in their basement. Mixtapes, featurings, nobody's ever heard. Going wood in the hood. It all depends on what you want to do and what you aspire to do. Like you saying, to kind of piggyback on your point of there's nothing to say, you're saying it's nothing to say. Or you're saying you have nothing to say. That part is very, very disappointing. Everybody
Why
knows
not rap about that? Why not rap about the feeling that comes along with not having anything to say, or like how you got here? You know what I mean? Like, to me, if you're creative, that can be interesting.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with being a creative, and this is the thing I can agree with in the overall macro, like as an artist, but as someone who loves rap and someone who has always said that you don't have to be behind every word you say necessarily 100%. It's art. It's entertainment. So if you're good at the art of making up good raps, I don't give a fuck what you say or how true it is. Like, this motherfucker just rap nice. Case in point, there's a lot of people, and there's a growing, I didn't say growing, but it's probably already there. People say Eminem is a great rapper, but he don't rap about shit.
He doesn't at all.
So, if you wanted to just rap about, whatever, everybody knew you can show up and do that. That's their expectation. Him, on the other hand, if he wanted to do that, he's saying, I could do that. What I'm saying is, and y'all ain't hearing, and what he's trying to get past is, I don't want to do that. Because I don't want to say what everybody is saying these days to be popular. And that's where I'm disappointed as
Which
well. Because
I think he's
nobody's,
transcended
and
that.
that's what I'm saying.
He's transcended that, though.
Nobody's, that's what I'm saying. I'm disappointed as well because nobody's asking you to do what's going on. You're saying that you don't have anything to say, and a lot of people are saying, we don't really give a fuck about what you're saying. We just want to hear you saying it. Whatever you say is going to be nice. Now, I'm like, all right, cool. Take a chance with a flute album. You know me. You know what I'm saying? Take a chance. I'm just not a flute guy. But when it comes to you saying there's nothing to say in hip hop or nothing to say in rap, that's a you thing. And like you're saying, that's a cop out because everybody who's good at saying or writing or performing a rap, they just keep doing it if they have something they want to say. You feel what I'm saying? He don't feel like he wants to say anything. And I'm like, that's unfortunate. You don't have to say anything. Everybody like your flow, your cadence, the way your song put together, your tracks. You could be saying any motherfucking thing,
Right.
Andre. You know what I'm saying? You can. You know what? And I know I'm going on, but I ain't like this. I love some of his more R&B songs. Prototype is my shit. Prototype? Come on, man. You are the prototype. That's
I would
much
think
like
I would feel better if you gave us more. If you gave us more love below, give us more love below. That's okay.
it was
That's
on
the,
Love
that's the
Below.
style now. That's kind of like the style now. When you say like that, I mean that particular album, it was ahead of its time.
Yeah, but well, if he don't want to rap, if he don't feel like he wants to rap, then
I can dig it.
if we forced him to rap and he put out a album or a project, it wouldn't be you like, oh man, you should just stay in the crib. Like, see, I told you. You feel what I'm saying? So like, if you feel this strong about not rapping, don't rap because it's
I can
gonna be
dig it.
bullshit. It's gonna
All
be
right.
bullshit. It's
Well,
gonna be
moving
like
on. Moving
it's
on.
gonna sound like flutes rapping. Like, what the fuck is this?
Moving on. So listen, did you catch wind of the rapper D1 criticizing guys like Rick Ross and Jim and Meek Mill in terms of the content in their lyrics? Speak to that a little bit.
There's a brother out there. I just became aware of him, D1, and he's been going at some of the more prominent, I guess you was quote unquote gangster
Can
rappers.
we call that going at, or can we call it taking the task? He's taking them to task.
Made aware, he put on notice some rappers with some questionable lyrics by saying, I don't want to quote the man, but I will paraphrase it by saying some of your lyrics are self-destructive and you don't help our community out. I would
Right.
love to have, or we would love to have you and other guys get together, or use your power, leverage, resources, whatever, what have you, etc., to build up our community, stop the violence, put healthy foods around, and or at least start those conversations. Now, what I feel about what he said, when I heard what he said, I was like, ooh, I think you're wrong on some of the things you're saying. I understand where you're coming from, and in essence, I kind of agree with you. But Rick Ross, I know for a fact, has done a lot for his community. I've seen it. I ain't never been to Dade County or Broward County, wherever the fuck he from. I ain't never been there, but I seen him giving away shit. Meek Mill, I have seen him giving away shit in his hood numerous times. That is a little bit closer to home. Jim Jones, I have seen doing stuff in his hood. And one thing I can say that you can do to anybody is tell them how to activate their activism. You
Right.
hear me? You cannot
Right.
tell anybody how to activate their activism. And this is more or less what he's speaking on. Like, oh man, you guys with these gangster lyrics and this and that, you ain't doing nothing for the community or not doing enough for the community. I'm like, whoa.
But listen, but let me say this, because I think, because a lot of both two, I know two of the rappers responded in terms of their activism, right? And I do this and I do that. And D1 said, and that's my exact point. He said, you're doing this positive act on one hand, but the lyrics are contributing to the degradation of the community on the other hand. So it's like having the two-edged saber. You know what I mean?
Well,
You whacking it on one end, and you know what I mean? You getting it on both ends. It's like you tearing it down, and you like kind of like bond
okay.
using Bondo on the other end with giving away turkeys in the giveaway. Like, why not use more of a positive spin on the lyrics, or positive wordplay and lyrics? That way, it may help to the point where you don't have to do so much activism, because you're
Well,
contributing to the destruction.
that's a perspective or an opinion not shared by everyone, because I don't think that Rick Ross, Meek Mills, Jim Jones, any perceived gangster rappers' lyrics move the needle anymore, or move the needle nowhere near as much as people think it does in the hood. These things are going to go on without these songs being made. There, we are affectionately born and raised in a town called Murder Town. Am I right?
Yeah.
There are no prominent gangster rappers from that city, but there is the same shit going on in these raps. So if somebody was to get on there and start talking about the murders in the city, are they promoting these murders that already went on in the city? Or are they speaking on and being artistic?
Or are they just putting a camera on what's going on,
Right.
or
These
putting
things.
or narrating what's already going
Right.
on?
That is, and even if, and that's what I'm saying. I give anybody artistic license to speak on any of this stuff if it's real or fake, because hip hop, like every other form of
Can I add this though? Can I add
go
this?
ahead. Go ahead,
Okay.
please.
So, all right. So if all you're doing is quote unquote, because I remember specifically, you know, back in the late 80s, early 90s, the NWA boom, and they were ultimately calling themselves in a form a ghetto reporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So if we look to the music and we look to the high profile artists,
Mm-hmm.
the way that they report it isn't necessarily glorifying the pitfalls. It glorifies the good parts about it, or what should I say? It glorifies the peaks of it. And some people, all they would take from that is that, because there's not very many lessons being taught about it, so to speak. They're glorifying only the parts that attract people to that particular lifestyle.
Good brother. Like I said, I'm a person who I'm like, man, even if you ain't gangster, even if you ain't a gangster, even if you ain't did none of the shit you spit on a record, I feel like you have artistic license to say that shit on a record. I just want the shit to be hot. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care how authentic it is. Oh, it's 100% real. With that being said, what do everybody say you gotta be these days? Oh, you gotta be real. If you ain't, you can't spit if you ain't living. Oh, he a fake gangster. So a lot of stuff that's being said is a lot more closer to what people want to hear. Who now? We are a minority in hip hop because we are an older generation in hip hop. But the people who actually are driving, or maybe that's up for a little bit more up for debate these days. But the people who are driving the hip hop, they want to hear that hip hop because that is the energy, that is the music that's spewing out of their part of the hip hop culture. I can't front on whoever is making these records, gangster or positive, because how does it look when you got PE, one of our more conscious, they on the Mount Rushmore of fucking groups and conscious groups up there. But Flavor Flav got crack falling out of his pocket. You feel what I'm saying? So there is a difference, and people, you can't keep looking at, oh well, it's the rapper's fault. It ain't Quentin Tarantino's fault that all these motherfucking movies have nigger in them. You feel what I'm saying? Or he can get away with it. It's art. In real life, he could do that shit. But it's art. He does it in all these fucking movies. Just like all these movies. Arnold Schwarzenegger ain't no gangster. Sylvester Stallone ain't no motherfucking boxer. You feel what I'm saying? They get to have artistic license and other people don't. So when you looking at people like, you rapping about this gangster shit that is helping perpetuate the bullshit in the hood, I say, hold on. What if I ain't even from the fucking hood and I don't live there or whatever? I'm just good at saying gangster shit. And people just say, hey man, we like your song, thank you. That's all, man. I got a wife, 3 kids at home. Actually, I got a job. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is just entertainment. Thank you for liking the song. People like, so when I'm saying all of that, people are saying if you have conscious rappers or gangster rappers whose words are influencing the community, which I think is the other way around. The community is influencing the words. They're saying, no, stop what you're doing. Stop your artistic license. Stop what actually got you the resources to actually physically in real life give back to the hood in a bigger way than this guy's giving you credit for. You can't worry about how I activate my activism. What you can do is we can have a conversation, and now you got my attention, but how you got my attention, we can't really have a conversation because I'm like, dog, why you say that? You don't know what the hell I'm doing. You just thinking me and other guys like me are perpetually responsible for the shit that's going on,
Right.
and we should be cleaning it up.
Right. It's funny because you mentioned, the keep the keeping it real part, you know what I mean? Like the really real part. We just saw an instance of, one of my favorites, T.I. and his son get into it over.
Hey, yo, man.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it, man. And I chuckled. But I'm like, black privilege is real.
So
Black
for so for
privilege
those
is
so for those that don't so for those that don't know,
yeah. Let them know.
King Harris is the son of Tiny Harris and T.I. Clifford Harris. And he seems to have a gripe, and he's had a gripe for a very long time about his career and this, that, and the other, right? And Ti has been one to make him go through the fire, quote unquote. He hasn't made it easy for his son, and he doesn't want it to be easy for him. And his son seems to have taken on this mantra of trying to prove that he's not this pampered kid, and he didn't have a silver spoon in his mouth. I mean, but son, I mean, we've watched you grow up. I mean, we've watched you grow up in privilege with two privileged parents in affluent Atlanta. They've afforded you the best things, and you've gone out your way to undermine that. You've gotten in all kinds of trouble. You've even gone to the point where you've gone out of your way not to stay with your affluent black family. You want to stay with your grandmom in the hood. And you make no bones about being in the hood because you want that credibility or what you perceive as credibility, because that may be quote unquote better for your career. If you're seen as, okay, well, no, I didn't live with my parents. Yeah, they may be rich, but I didn't live with my parents. I was over here, you know what I mean, in the hood amongst the people, as he likes to say. I was with the people. So they're at the game, and what starts out as a joke or just like, light ribbon or whatever have you, turn serious. And
Right.
he is literally, he's telling his father. Now we all know Tip. Tip is one with a short fuse. Whether you want to call him real or not, man, he's been in some real situations.
Yes, he
Um,
has.
the content of his music represents that of an individual that is not to really be trifled with. Kind of, he's got a short
Right.
fuse, um,
Family or not.
family or not, and he is shrewd about the way he carries himself. And I think his son may have crossed the line from a respect standpoint. The son, made several references to, you know, I know y'all and I know you and this, that, and the other. And to me, it was like out of line because, like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by that, son? So to make a long story short, the end of the video, uh, T.I. commences to grip the young man up,
As you
and you can
should.
visibly hear the young man, he's being accosted by his father. That's the father
It ain't
disciplining his
pretty.
son. And he's telling him, man, you can't do nothing with me, man. If I want to, you can't do nothing with me. I've let you know for the past 10 minutes that you're embarrassing yourself, and you standing up to me like, like you're a stranger. You are putting yourself in a position where you're opposing me, and you don't have to. Like, you're
Hey, yo.
opposing me at this very moment. And not only that, you're projecting this to the world. This is a family thing that's going on right here. This is a family thing. Now, I'm
Yes, it
not sure
is.
what you plan to gain by broadcasting us having an argument, but yeah, I wouldn't take too kindly to it as well. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, the kid is insane because I don't care how much he go and live with his grandmama. I saw you grow up on TV. So that makes no motherfucking sense.
We've seen this kid grow up on TV.
Dog, that was a big ass house.
Seen
T.I.
this kid grow
T.I.
up
and
on TV.
family. You
But
know
he
what I'm saying?
what he says is, this is what he says, that when the camera stopped rolling, he left and went home, quote unquote. And home
Alright.
is at his grandmother's house.
That leads me to number two. If your home number two or number one was in the hood at your grandmom's house, or even closer to the hood, I don't know if it was in the hood, why? There is no fucking shame in coming up with a silver motherfucking spoon. You can still have integrity. You can still have morals. You can still be an upstanding young man, respected by everyone that you want to entertain. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Jakia on the check-in. You can still
Yo,
be
what's happening?
you can still be a young man that makes music for the people. Number three, he's fucked up because he wants to entertain, he wants to authenticate his raps, which leads me to believe he's not that talented. If you was talented, nigga, I just want to rap. I don't give a fuck. I rap about anything. I just want to
Well,
rap, man. And he want to rap about the hood shit because that's what I'm doing and that's where I'm at. Whatever. Okay, no problem. But if you was one at home, two talented, three you wouldn't have to motherfucking go to the hood and put yourself in danger and put yourself in harm's way. Not only with the streets, with your motherfucking family, which is stupid. To entertain people, you can still entertain and they know where you come from, so you can't even authenticate the shit that you're trying to say.
did we not just watch a biracial rapper from Canada make it big off of non-aggressive content?
Arguably the biggest. Arguably. And and that's what I'm saying. When I think about this young man and how foolish it sounds, I think about ATL. I think about my man Esquire when he was talking to Nunu. He was like, "You can have the piss in the hallways. You in your house. I put so. You why? Why?
And he said,
Why?
what do you say? He said, man, he said, he said, man, you got a such and such in your crib.
A Picasso.
He said, man, you got a Picasso in your house. That man was
This is
offended.
this is what I'm saying. I'm like, this makes no sense. Regardless of how you wanted to entertain or live your life or whatever occupation you wanted to have, why the fuck did you want to move with your grandma to what you say amongst the people? I visit every motherfucking day, but I'm out this bitch because I live over here. You know what I'm saying? My dad lived over here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still glad that he may have respect. And my mom live over here and she has respect. But I don't have to be from over here to
Yeah.
be somebody. And that's what I'm saying. That's unfortunate to think I wanna live
Well, that's his
adjacent.
perception, though. I mean, be
It
it
is
right or
his
wrong, that's his perception. I think it's stupid, but I mean, it's sad. It's a glowing microscope into the thought process of a young individual, man, that no matter what, in most cases, man, no matter what, no matter how well you have it, man, if you don't embrace life and what it gives you, and you always looking for something different, this is the kind of thing you'll have. Because you have a man who, this young man has privileges, man, that people would die for. He is literally, his lineage is literally music royalty. But for some unknown reason, now I get it, wanting to make it on your own, but like what you're trying to do, man, is to the detriment of your career, and it's just silly.
Detriment of your life. Detriment of your life. It doesn't make sense.
Somebody like him would get killed around the way, man.
And not only even that. Okay, cool. You want to go in the hood. That's one thing. Dog, you don't understand. Even if you wasn't a gangster and just a cool dude from the hood, you don't understand. You can't get there faster with fucking with your dad than by not fucking with your dad. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this makes no sense to me, man. Like, you're not making smart decisions. Dog, if you want to do what you're trying to do, rap, gangster rap, pop rap, south rap, crunk rap, bounce rap, whatever the fuck you want to call it, don't you think it would be, I don't know, exponentially easier to do it through your father and not let me exclude his mother? No, I want to do it in opposition to what all the motherfucking work that y'all laid down. And let me not motherfucking forget his uncles and his grandmama, who was entertainers before Tiny was an entertainer.
Your father is telling you, giving you the blueprint on how to be great, and you're literally pissing in his face. I would be angry too, and I would probably choke that young man out myself, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But listen, moving on. And my hand's ashy as shit. I just realized that. So listen, I know y'all all wondering, and I know you've seen the news, and there's been a ridiculous rash of sexual assault cases that have hit the airwaves from various individuals. From literally everybody is getting hit with a sexual assault case. And I know you're probably wondering, well, what the hell is going on? What's in the water? Why are all these people coming forward? Well, here at the Fire Nice Experience, we like to provide answers to those sorts of questions. The particular reason why all of these individuals are coming forth is because a little-known statute deriving in New York called the Adult Survivors Act. Now, for a little bit more details, I will give them to you. New York state law gives sexual assault survivors a 1-year window to bring claims against abusers, setting aside the statute of limitations for civil lawsuits. Advocates praise the Adult Survivors Act, which was signed into law some time ago in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, to extend the ability to file a civil lawsuit. Now, it mirrors the 2019 Child Victims Act that expanded the statute of limitations in child sex abuse cases to give survivors more time to sue their abusers. The law applies to survivors of sexual offenses that occurred when they were over the age of 18, with the 1-year window beginning 6 months from the bill signing and allowing claims regardless of the statute of limitations. That particular statute expired, I think, last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So that is why you've seen the rash of individuals bring forth claims against individuals such as Jamie Foxx, Axl Rose, the list goes on. So if anyone was wondering why Cassie came forth when she did, this is the particular reason why, because there was a deadline that all of these people had to get these particular uh, lawsuits filed. So when you see these names, this is the particular reason why, because the deadline was up, if I'm not mistaken, last Friday, which was, I think it might have been Black Friday or the Friday before that, but it was within the last like couple of Fridays, if I'm not mistaken. So ultimately, that is why the rash of individuals came forward. So for just some understanding, it takes survivors many years to come to terms with the abuses committed against them, let alone in a normal world, but even for their quote unquote superstar abusers or abusers of extreme power and prestige. It's even a little bit more difficult for individuals in those roles. And just to hear some of the things that are in some of these particular civil lawsuits, man, are whew, geez, man.
Oh, where's my goddamn drink?
You got Jamie Foxx running around thumbing girls up the butt. I mean, P. Diddy's basically renting out and ultimately trafficking this girl for the most part, allegedly. Allegedly, you know,
Allegedly, yeah.
allegedly.
Shout out to
Your thoughts,
ABAB.
bro.
Shout
Your
out to
your
Justin
thoughts.
Taylor. Yo, man, even though I can understand what some people, some of these people are doing, I've never ever understood why they had to do these type of things. But I've come to an understanding that this is who these people are. When I hear these kind of things, when they're true, when I hear these kind of things, I'm like, man, what kind of sense does it make for you to do these kind of things, P. Diddy? But it just gives me a microscope into who you really the fuck are. You've been doing this all your life. You're just P. Diddy. Allegedly, Jamie Foxx, this was in a restaurant. You smacked your dick on a lady. I mean, your real dick, not humped on or anything. Your real dick had your dick out in a restaurant. Like, yo, it's croutons over here, dog. You feel what I'm saying? I got a
Listen,
baked potato. Like, what's going on?
they said this
Allegedly,
man.
if that
They said this
happened, I don't
man.
know.
This man took this lady to a secluded area of the rooftop party and pulled out her breasts. And not only that, stuck his hands down there and began to vigorously penetrate her rear end as well as her vaginal cavity.
You know what's
Jamie, what are
always
you doing, bro?
you know what's always crazy to
What?
me is you know what's always crazy to me is when it comes to people like that. And when I was a younger dude and before I was married, I always thought I said I can't wait to get to that status because all I have to do is ask. She probably would have did all this shit that you did to her in that restaurant if you just would have asked
If
her.
you were a little more courteous.
Hey, baby, you know what, man? I ain't even hungry. I was thinking, man, we get the fuck out of here. And all this shit that you did to her in the restaurant without her permission, she would have did with your permission solely because you Jamie Foxx. Allegedly. 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 You know what I'm saying? Around here, firing that you know.
Got to throw the air quotes in there. So
Yeah,
listen,
that's
so
right.
let me add some context. So the law was signed by Governor Kathy Hochul in May of 2022. It took effect from November 24th, 2022 to November 24th, 2023. The law allows survivors to sue institutions that were responsible for their care or employment at the time of the assault as well. So that was the time frame. So if you were wondering why it was November 24th, which was the deadline.
It's crazy to see even a dead. It's crazy that there had to be a deadline on something like this because it's even crazier that people won't come forth because the circumstances and everything that surrounds them coming forth is so difficult. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? Them coming forth, even though what I would do and what I would suggest is something different, I truly understand that other people's truth and other people's walk is their walk in their truth. When it's their time to say whatever happened to them, it's their time. Those things are traumatic, especially some of the things that I have heard of,
Yeah.
in these, some of the allegations that I've heard. I might not want to make everybody aware of this off top. Like, man, I gotta get myself together. Who the fuck was this big gorilla ass thing that came here and did it? Allegedly, 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 allegedly. But I'm just saying, like, the crazy. I don't know if Diddy could have got Cassie to fuck all these other motherfucking people without coercion. But he could have got a whole bunch of fucking women to fuck all these other men without coercion. Like, I don't have to cross none of
Well,
those
I
lines.
think if he parades Cassie around as his boo thing, she has more of a value and an allure in behind closed doors with what he's doing instead of the unknown chick. Because if I'm a guy, if I'm a guy that's paying for that kind of chick, I'd probably want Cassie other than the unknown. Well, who's that chick? You know what I mean? This is that. Wait a minute. I thought that was your. Whoa. So you mean that's not your girl? Oh,
Nah, ain't like
word.
that. Ain't like that money. You can get that. You can get
Oh,
that.
wow. That's not even your girl. Okay.
Ain't your
Yeah,
girl,
but if you parade her around TV as your girlfriend, you know what I mean? Then ultimately, her value in that arena is sky high at that point because
That's
now,
fair. That's
people are
fair.
probably shocked to even know that, you even doing that to her. If that's the case, like I said, allegedly, if that's the case. So I think that would be the reason why, you know what I mean? She was probably, he made her do that because of her value on that particular market was probably crazy because like, who wouldn't want to have P. Diddy's girl? You know what I mean? If you in that market, I don't know.
You right
But,
about that. And
but
that's
hey,
what I'm saying. It's just,
I digress.
I tell you what, she got that check. Look, this man, this shit is
You settle
becoming.
expeditiously.
She got that check expeditiously, and I just saw today that she was throwing parties in the hood for the less fortunate. I, I mean, extravagant parties in the hood for the less fortunate. So she got broke off and got broke off big. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And I ain't
yeah,
mad at her. Whatever you get from, obviously the shit that was alleged, at least some of that shit happened. Or I ain't come to about my pocket. You got to just take me to court. I'm just going to fit. I'm just going to be a asshole until we get this thing proven. But obviously, some of this shit, nah. If it ain't happened, nah. If it didn't happen, that's the thing. That's the thing that's understood amongst everyone who is rational and of a certain age of maturity and understanding. You ain't admitting to this, or you ain't paying out that much motherfucking money if you ain't do some of that shit.
I can dig it.
That's
So listen, moving on. Let me ask you a question. And I thought about this. I was thinking about this for about 2 weeks now, and I wanted to take some time because I just wanted to analyze myself when it came to this. Are you
right.
superstitious, dog?
No, no.
Not in no way, shape, or form. Nothing. Not the
Young
least bit. Nothing.
when I was younger, I had a tad bit of superstition, but I've never even been a superstitious person per se. It was only there was a time when I was like, man, I had a good game in them basketball sneaks. But I
But
never
that's
played.
superstitious, though.
But but that was the only thing I was superstitious about ever in my whole life. I
So you ain't
splitting
so
poles,
bats and shit like that. You couldn't care less about.
breaking glass, black cats. That's stuff that just throw you off your dean. God, peace, God. That's stuff to throw you off your dean, to get you, to get you a little bit of edge for you to not make decisions, based on logic and truth and knowledge. It gets you to believe in something that's just not true. There's a quote. There's a quote. I don't know who made it, but I heard it from a guy that comes from basketball. And he said that it is not what you don't know and believe that is true that gets you in trouble. It's what you don't know and won't believe that gets you in trouble. You can
Well, all
believe
right.
in You can believe in superstition. Just don't believe in it too motherfucking much. To where you thinking, oh, I'm a Capricorn, you know, we go and party all night. Or you're a Taurus, you assholes. Nah, you just a fucking asshole. You feel what I'm saying? Or you just a partying motherfucker. None of that shit has anything to do with anything. Because a lot of times I say, well, your superstitions are your superstitions. That superstition means something different over here.
Right.
So if you cross different boundaries, does that superstition go from bad to good or good to bad? If you change hemispheres, does that translation differ? Oh nah, you know, if I go through if I see a black cat in Mexico, it's bad luck. I'm like, well, black cats in Mexico is good luck. Might mean you gonna eat. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So none of that stuff ever meant anything to me, bro. Now I never down people who was like, oh, I'm superstitious and we gotta do this and do that. Feel free. Whatever puts you in the mode to be the best you, feel free. And sometimes like, oh no, we gotta split the pole. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
Oh, I
fuck.
love a pole splitter. I drive a pole splitter crazy.
I'm not even paying attention, dog. I'm not even dog. I'm not even paying attention. I'm laughing, joking how, oh, you just split the pole. Man, what the fuck does that mean? Is an anvil gonna fall out the sky like Bugs Bunny? What the fuck's happening?
If you run into a real live pole splitter, man, they get upset when you split a pole. Holy smokes. Shout out Rick Woodard, man. What up, cuz? I swear, he used to be pissed, bro. Pissed when you split a pole.
Shout out to B Stew. Step on the crack, break your mama's back. Man, my mama back ain't fucked up for me stepping on all these cracks out. She fucked her back up down Amazon, man. She fucked her back. My mama fucked her back up down Amazon. They actually paid her. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. The people who go too far into superstition, I'm like, right. Man, look, that's a little dangerous when you thinking things are out of your control. You know, I mean, there are some things out of your control, but things that you can't control, those things you need to know that they are in your control. And I'm a Taurus. I'm like this. No, you can stop. You can stop being an asshole. You can stop this. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's drunks. It's drunks in every motherfucking astrological sign out there, dog. Drunks. They ain't drunk. You ain't drunk because you're a Pisces.
Well, listen. Let's get into it, man. You know, I think we've done our civic duty. We had a big weekend of sports this weekend, big weekend of football, especially. I'm more interested in seeing how we did this week, right? Let's get into it.
When I hear that music. That's what I hear when I hear that music.
Listen. All right. So let's get into this. All right. So Sunday, November 26th games brought us some interesting fodder here. Saints Falcons. I think we both went chalk there. We went Falcons, right?
Yeah, I know I went Falcons. I couldn't
believe we went Falcons. Okay. Yeah. So everything good there. Here's where it gets a little bumpy. Bengals Steelers.
I went Steelers. I couldn't believe in Josh Brown and B. Stu. Shout out to my motherfucker, man. Been down since day 181. He said,
absolutely. Matter of fact, shout to that man. Shout out to that man.
The Pittsburgh fighting Tomlins, man. There will be no Mike Tomlin disrespect around here. Shout out to B. Stu. But yes, I picked him.
None. Zero. But I disrespected him because I picked the Bengals. And in hindsight, I don't know why. Because when I look at this, without Joe Burrow, this team is like totally different. And I don't mean just different from not having a star quarterback. But Joe Burrow is so special that Were they going to dumb the offense down to the point where it worked for Jake Browning? And no, based off of what I watched, no. We both did say that this game would be ugly.
Yeah.
Points would be at a premium, and it absolutely was. It was not pretty. I watched this game, bro, and it was some
Why?
shit.
Well, I ain't gonna say why because the other game was just as
Because I watch football, and
so it was like
I got. Listen, you want to know why? Because I got multiple monitors now, so I can watch a lot of shit. So boom, there we go.
Playing, man.
There's nothing's getting past coach now. So in the next game, we've got Panthers Titans. I'm pretty sure we both went chalk there with the Titans, and that happened.
I went Panthers.
Oh,
I foolishly went Panthers, and things are a lot worse off in
oh wow,
Carolina than I
interesting,
thought.
interesting.
As we see, things are a lot worse off in Carolina than I thought. They have fired their head coach after
This guy has gone through 2 coaches in 2 years. This guy's insane.
He's gone through 3 coaches in 4 years, or yeah, Matt Rule. Matt Rule.
Yeah, this guy's insane.
Yeah,
He listen. He's chewing up coaches like bubblegum.
He spends his money on NFL coaches. You know how every billionaire gets. He spends his money on NFL fucking firing coaches. That's what he does. You gotta find one though, dog. I'll tell you that. But it ain't the coach. Yo, Ice Man. Okay, he done made it back from Bucharest, or he's checking in from Bucharest. Yo, Ice Man. I hear you, baby.
Okay. Okay. Hey, listen. Moving on. In the next game, we have the Buccaneers and Colts. I went with the Colts. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be a bloodbath. Wasn't a bloodbath, but, Gardner Minshew. So you got me through this one. I thought they were going to put up more than 27.
I thought it was going to be 30-17, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah. Now this next game, you made some sterling predictions about this game, and they did come true. You said this next game would, quote unquote, set the game of football back multiple decades. Patriots Giants in a 10-7 clusterfuck.
Man,
needless to say, we both went chalk with the Giants. I think we both predicted things like 13-10, 17-13, 16-12.
I know I didn't say 17 nothing. I know I didn't say 17. I know I didn't go no above 16.
I thought it would be multiple defensive touchdowns. That's what I thought.
Yes, you did. And you ain't have to argue me down on that, man. That shit was horrible. Man, hold on, man. I just want to say something just for a second. In that game right there, it showed off what I've been seeing a lot in the NFL, and that has been some putrid quarterback play. Proceed. Bro. Yizzo.
Yo.
Okay. I thought you pulled a Mitch McConnell for a second.
No. I had to turn my volume up. A little bit. Mitch McConnell?
Proceed, bro.
So listen, this next game actually lived up to its billing. We thought it was going to be one of them ones, and it was one of them ones, bro. Jags, Texans. It was one of them ones. I put my neck out on the line and went with the Jags.
Yes, you did.
And you know what the Jags did for me? They brought it home.
Yes, they did.
They brought it home for me.
Yes, they did.
Big win for the Jags, man. That's a statement win. It may not seem like a big win, but that's a statement win for a team trying to search and prove themselves as one of those teams that belong to go on the road and take on a hot team and win a game. And it was a division game, and they were able to put some separation between them and a hot team. So that game it was a multi-layered big game for the Jags to me.
I think they needed to show and put some space between themselves and the Houston Texans because like I thought if the Houston Texans would have won that game, I would have thought they would have been neck and neck, dog. In that division. I mean, they probably would have been.
Well, they would have been tied. They would have been tied.
But I would have thought the Houston Texans would have jumped the line as fast as their progression is went. I was like, oh, if they won that game right then and there, which I picked them to win, they lost. But I was like, okay, well, it's important for both of them. But if they would have won that, they would have been neck and neck, and that would have been, man, y'all jumped a step or two, dog.
Yeah. Moving on. The Browns and the Broncos.
My shades. My future.
You feel some kind of way about this one, don't you? You feel so. No, and I'm glad this game came up because I want you to say, because you went on for 4 straight weeks and said this was one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of NFL football. What is your take now, my friend? Because you can't. Is it one of the best? Because if it was one of the worst, and they're now on a 5-game burner, what is it now?
I'll do you one better. I stopped saying it's the worst because I was referencing his quote to Nat Hackett last year coaching the Denver Broncos. I was referencing.
But he was embodying it. He was embodying that though.
But he was embodying that. But when he made the change, and I was hard and rough on him. But when he made the change and the team made the change, and who I've been rooting for and been saying been a big catalyst, Russell Wilson made the change. I've been riding that motherfucking Bronco wave, dog. I've been on their side. I have not been saying that bullshit, and I have been picking them the last couple of weeks, and I've had my chest out saying this shit about the Broncos. And I've said some shit about everybody as the staff record label in the crew. But when I saw what I saw, I was like, I gotta give it up. And not only give it up, let's ride with them. Let's ride.
And this next game, we were at odds on this game. I said the Rams were going to come in, and I said this would be a pinball game. Unfortunately, one of the teams didn't show up. The Rams kicked the Cardinals' asses badly. 37-4. Listen, this game was this game was like 30. This game was like 30-something to 10. I mean, 30-something to 7 for the longest. Like it got every time it flashed, I was like, oh shit, that was in the back.
Yeah, hot. It got crazy. It got crazy, and I can say I won some pennies. I ain't winning dollars. I won pennies, and I would have won dollars if these motherfucking Cardinals would have motherfucking came through for me. I was back. You know, Kyler Murray's my guy. I thought, come on, man, y'all can wrap this one up. I would have won dollars instead of pennies this week, and fucking with you guys right there. But moving along.
As good as I felt about the last game, I did try to get crazy. I went insane with this next pick, and it was looking good for a quarter. Listen, it was looking good for a quarter, bro. Listen, it was looking good for a quarter. They were up 14-0, going away. And then the wheels fell off. The Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-17. Chiefs spotted the Raiders 14 and
Hold my beer.
That one, listen, it was weird because the game break, it was like 7-0, 14-0. I'm saying to myself,
that's The same time you was doing that, I'm scratching me like, oh, what the fuck? I'm really taking a bath. Because some other the same time you doing that, I'm like, what the fuck?
And then the next score. And then the next game break, it was 14-7. And then the next game break, it was 14-14. And then the next game break, it was 21-14. I said, whoa, I was like, whoa, 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 bro.
Can I let the people in on a little text between you and I that was going on in real time Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
As you speaking on, you picked the Raiders to win. I picked Chiefs to win. Now, you didn't really have to argue me down if you picked the Raiders or Chiefs, but he was like, I'm looking the Raiders Nation looking good. That's fair.
I jumped out the window. I wanted to get crazy. I got to get crazy with one pick a week.
When I hit you, I said it's still early, bro. And shit just went crazy the other way. And that's what it was. It's still, these are the Raiders. It's still too early. I was like, I don't know if it's early enough to panic, but I didn't see this. Didn't see this from the Raiders. But when I started seeing the game breaks in the oh, okay, all right, here we go.
They put their foot on the gas, man, and went crazy. Moving on. This, my friends, may have been game of the year. On, what was this? On Sunday, I watched the Eagles of Philadelphia triumph over the Bills of Buffalo by tossing a round oblong pigskin from one player to another, and one guy ran it into the end zone for a glorious touchdown. Wow, folks. This was, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Say what you want about Josh Allen. Josh Allen's peaks and valleys are they are 4 interception bad and virtuoso one-man wrecking crew good.
Man.
I mean, this was the Josh Allen that dueled Pat Mahomes in the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yes.
I mean, it was going to take a virtuoso performance to derail this. And the Philadelphia Eagles got one. That man, Jalen Hurts, said, one thing I'll say about Jalen Hurts is whether they up 20 or down 20, this guy's on the sideline like this.
Man, you know what? My wife has become an Eagles fan. And she'd be like, it must be something wrong with him. I'm like, why you say that? He don't say shit. He don't do shit. He don't smile. He just be... I said, babe, that's the way you got to be. And maybe he's too much of that. But if it's too much of something you want to have, it's too much of being cool.
I'll take it a step further. And piggyback, and I'll extrapolate on what you said. That may be how you have to be in Philly. Unflappable.
Again for the people in the back.
That may be how you have to be in Philly. Unflappable, unmovable, unbothered, undaunting, even keeled.
He's the coolest customer in the city of Philadelphia.
Yo,
talking about politicians, probably some surgeons, teachers. I don't know them. Let me say this: he's one of the coolest customers whose occupation now resides in Philadelphia.
He got nerves like a cat burglar, bro. Did you see his reaction when Elliott kicked the 60-yard field goal? He didn't move. It was like,
I can't even do it. I don't have too much emotion when I'm not even trying to be emotional. He was just. I want to start something here, and I seen some people bringing that about online, and I like it. I seem to like it. I guess he said it somewhere, and I want to reiterate it. I seen Musk say it, Stephen Curtis. Let the main thing remain the main thing. That's the motherfucking face of letting the main thing remain to be the main
Listen,
thing.
I'll say this.
Oh,
He makes it very fucking hard to hate the Eagles, man. That guy's a class act, bro. He is a class act. He is what people think Dak Prescott is.
and you know what? That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because he passed Dak Prescott last year, and to be frank,
I'm talking about in terms of demeanor and leader and things of that nature. Dog, how can you ever waver when you got a dude like that, man? Like I said, I hate the Philadelphia Eagles, but I really like that guy, man. Like that
that
that dude is classy, man. I give it to him. He's a
when
classy guy, man. He's a
when
classy guy.
I'm a firm believer in saying class is overrated. That guy has just the amount of class to make that motherfucking team go.
He's got moxie.
When
He's got
people
chutzpah. He's got chutzpah.
fuck even all of that. When everybody looks at him and he's like, "We got this, man. Come on, man. All you gonna do is do what the fuck you been doing," and the face to prove it. You know what I'm saying?
The face is he is stone.
Just
Listen, they got to give him he's stone cold Jalen Hurts, man. Stone cold.
you know what? I'm running with that. Stone Cold Jalen Hurts. He is he is unflappable. What you say? The guy, man, if you want somebody in the trenches, all right, what we're gonna do is go down the motherfucking field and win the game.
You know what
The
we're gonna
game
do, right?
small or nothing.
You know what we're gonna do, right? You know what we're gonna do, right?
Right.
Why y'all
It's not
tripping?
even. It's not. It's not even like. It's not even. It's. I can't even let this guy down. He has so much belief in. I've always been a crazy believer in myself, but you know I can get into certain sorts. Sports may not have been one of them, but if there was anybody even more unflappable than me in a sports setting, it would be him.
Yeah, he's cool. That's cool, dude. Man. That's cool.
That's
That's a very
why.
cool dude, man. Very cool dude. Shout out to
And
Jalen
and
Hurts, man. I hate you, but goddamn, you make it hard to hate the Eagles, man. I'm gonna hate them though, but dang, moving on.
and not to say I wasn't unflappable. I'm just saying in a sports setting, that was more my setting. Proceed.
Ravens Chargers Sunday night game. Let's go Ravens. Let's keep my
Let's
Super
go
Bowl pick alive.
Ravens.
Let's go Ravens. I
I've been a
refuse to
firm
pick the
believer.
Chargers.
Hmm?
I refuse to pick the Chargers. I refused, and it paid off. Thank you. I was happy. I was very happy that I didn't pick the Chargers.
Dog. I knew this was a game they couldn't win. This wasn't a game that their style was built to win. You one of the reasons why you're probably overrated is because people don't recognize the effort and physicality, or that would be a byproduct of your effort that you put out on defense and pretty much your whole team. You put out just enough effort. I ain't gonna say effort. I can't speak to your effort, but your successes. Everybody overrates them because they look at talent. I'm like, this is a game you cannot win because one thing you don't bring to the table on a week to week basis is a successful winning effort. One thing the Baltimore Ravens has been bringing to the table, I don't know how many years, is a successful winning effort. You were not going to beat the Ravens at that. It didn't matter what the score was. You were not beating the Ravens at
Hmm.
the Ravens game. You just got to show them play football. You can't beat us at football. Period.
Moving on. And the Monday night tilt gave us the Bears and the Vikings, with the Bears pulling out sort of a semi-stunner.
Where are my shades? Where the fuck are my shades, man?
Did you call that one?
No, I know I went with the Pastronaut. I know
Okay,
I went with the Pastronaut.
I went with the Scholar Coaster. And the Scholar Coaster screwed me again.
Exactly. That's what I said. I went with the Pastronaut.
Yeah, I can't pick the right peak in the Scholar Coaster. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So moving on. Fire performance of the week. Give me your fire performance of the week.
Excuse me. Fire performance of the week was a little known wide receiver, Puka Nakua. I don't have his stats right in front of me. But a lot of people have been sleeping on the Rams. And the main reason why I'm like, I'm picking these motherfuckers again and again and again, Puka Nakua. He beat the team. One of my favorite, if not my favorite motherfucking football player on it, Kyler Murray. Beat him again with nothing but going out there and catching fucking passes. I cannot front on him.
You know what I'm gonna go with?
Who's that?
I'm gonna go with Bijan, man. Bijan has been mysteriously damn near like a healthy scratch. And look what happens when you play the man. 2 tutties, big effect on the game. Pull the Falcons through. Shout out to Bijan, man. Ice performance of the weekend. Give me your ice performance.
Oh my God. I want to pick from so many. I want to pick from y'all. That shit on Thanksgiving. I almost want to throw my motherfucking macaroni up fucking with what y'all did. I almost want to pick the Chargers, but I knew they was going to do that shit. On the big lights, big stage, you're going to fumble. But who I'm going to pick?
I know who I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Derek Carr.
I know exactly. I know exactly who I'm going to pick. The Cleveland Browns.
Oh wow!
Now I got another team that I was going to pick. I said they lost to a better team. You feel what I'm saying? But the Cleveland Browns is a team that, like I said, you didn't have to argue me down. I just feel something with what's going on with the Broncos. Deep down inside, man, that was a 50-50 pick 'em game. Pick 'em fucking game. And your team, what I saw from your team to put up what you put up, not just to lose, but how you lost. I was so disappointed. And I was like, it was so many teams, but I was like, you was the best team that disappointed me. I was so disappointed what they did. But
I'm going Derek Carr. Going Derek Carr, man. Derek Carr, man, man, you look like David Carr right now.
you look like Austin Carr right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Carr.
You look like Kit the Carr right now. I don't know what you doing, bro. I don't know what you doing.
Like Carr right now, motherfucker. You looking bad, man. You looking bad.
That was putrid. That was putrid. That was terrible. I'm not even sure what that was. But hey, listen, man. With that being said, any closing thoughts, man, on the cap of the night?
Do we have any way too early predictions? Because actually, Denver was a way too early prediction, and I just felt it in my gut. I just went with them. I fucked up a lot of them, but
you want to peek? You want to peek it? You want to peek in the next week?
If you like, if you want, we
can do that. That's not a problem. We can peek in the next
way
week.
Too early. That was one that I felt good about, and I'm sticking my chest out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was one that that helped me win some pennies. It helped me win some coins. Not some dollars, but some cents. It helped me win some dollars, not some cents. That was one. So I feel good about Denver and Denver Nation. My son, Trina, Mike Pipkins, y'all Denver fans. So I've been with y'all while I ride y'all. Go ahead.
So we peeking into next week. Let's start with the Thursday tilt. Seattle at Dallas.
Ah, man. Well, now that I think Geno is compromised, give me Dallas. Way too early and probably way too late. Give me Dallas. Give me Dallas.
Give me Dallas, man. Dallas stomps Seattle, man, in preparation for their big matchup against Philadelphia. They stomp them. They stomp them down.
They've been practicing. They've been practicing for the better part of a month. They've been practicing, dog. Proceed.
Yeah, yeah. The Sunday, December 3rd tilt provides some interesting games. Indianapolis at Tennessee, LA Chargers at New England, Detroit at New Orleans, Atlanta at the Jets, the Cardinals at the Steelers, the Dolphins at the Commanders, Broncos at the Texans, Panthers at the Buccaneers.
That's interesting. You said Broncos at Texans.
Broncos at the Texans.
Now, I just want to stop right there for a second. Way too early prediction. That will probably be one of my game of the day prospects right here and right now. That seems like that can turn into something. Russ, have you seen some of these touchdown passes that Russ has thrown in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
I mean, niggas got toenails. Not toenails, nigga. They proceed, man.
Panthers at Buccaneers, Browns at Rams. The big one, the 49ers at the Eagles. Also an interesting one that might slip through the radar. Kansas City Chiefs at the Green Bay Packers. I'm just saying. Monday night game, we got Cincinnati at Jacksonville, which could be a hammer for Jacksonville.
Yeah, you're right about that. That could get the hammers out. Yeah.
Teams on a bye. Buffalo deserves a bye, man. Chicago, the Raiders, the Solar Coaster, the G-Men, and the Ravens on a bye.
You know what? I want to see three of them teams on a bye. No, I see them play. Teams stay the fuck home this week. Texans and Giants stay home.
So listen, with that being said, man, this has been the Fire Nights experience. Another Tuesday night. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We love y'all. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all fucking with the guys, man. Once again, brought to you by the world's greatest man, the man y'all know and love, Fresh Fire. It's your boy, Coach. Shout out to B-Man. Shout out to Ice. Love y'all. Take us out of here, Fresh.
We live at the Fire Nights podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woodford, Delaware.
Where was you from?
Now, who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's
Listen, man, it's your boy,